The weakest sounding hurricane
Milton.
name ever. A state of emergency declared in 3 counties. 3 counties in northeast Florida, Flagler, Putnam, and St. John's. Those are just the ones in our area. There's many others that have been under a state of emergency now. We entered a state of emergency as Milton intensified in the Gulf. This development comes shortly after business owners in downtown St. Augustine just dealt with the aftermath of Hurricane Helene. Wasn't too bad on downtown St. Augustine.
It's a pain in the ass. We had to tape everything up. Now
Yeah.
we're doing it all over again.
Residents and business owners now bracing for another potential impact with preparations underway to mitigate damage from this storm. Do you know where we're at as far as is it still a category 1? Are we a category 2 yet? I'm not really sure.
I have not seen the 8 o'clock report yet. Blake, if you can kind of let us know if it changed. There was an 8 o'clock release.
Yeah, it is supposed to rapidly intensify.
It's a category
3. Ooh. Wow. I've been watching a lot of this over the weekend, and, very unusual for a storm to start out there and kind of, that thing just sat out there for days and just brewed and brewed and brewed, and now it's on the move. It could potentially reach up to a category 5 by the time it hits Florida, potentially. Yeah. But I think we've got some good news, as apparently there's some dry air and some wind shear right as this starts approaching to Florida, so that may weaken it by
whatever it takes.
Category or 2.
Yeah.
It looks like it's still on track to make landfall around the Tampa area, but really with a something that could be a category 4 or category 5. Man, if it hits right in the middle of the state, we're all getting it. We're all just getting something.
Yeah.
From this storm.
Yeah. The entire state's the entire state's feeling effects already, and it's not even that close to us.
Yeah.
So, this is a big storm.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be. We're seeing these really late in the hurricane season, it seems like, man. Which is unusual, but, hurricane storms, weather, unpredictable.
Milton.
Yeah. Freaking Milton.
Go to the basement.
This guy, Milton.
Yeah.
I would say, man, just after we've seen the devastation that we've seen, especially in North Carolina and parts of the Panhandle in Florida, if you're told to evacuate, that's probably what you should do, especially if you're in the middle of the state, especially if you're on the West Coast. It's just, this could be really, really bad, man. Especially, I don't think anything that I saw in the last couple of days had this at a category 3 already. But yeah, there's kind of the track. It's still kind of on track to hit, middle west of the state. Oof. Feel bad for Tampa, man. Apparently Tampa has not been hit by a major hurricane in like 60 years. Not a direct hit. Like we said, we all kind of get it when we get them. We all feel the effects of them. But Tampa could be in trouble, man. Tampa could be in big trouble. I think, this could definitely cause big flooding here in St. Augustine, especially in the downtown area. So I think it's very wise for businesses to start preparing today, start getting ready, and take this very seriously, because this could. I'm pretty surprised it's already at a category 3. Just yesterday afternoon we were still in tropical storm territory, and this thing intensified very, very quickly. So take all the necessary precautions for sure. If you are planning to evacuate, make sure you make that evacuation plan. Make sure everybody's on the same page. And take your pets. Hotels in Florida, they have to accept pets during national states of emergency?
But
most of them do,
because you still have the right to refuse service. But any rational person in a hotel is going to accept you.
Yeah.
So that's just going to happen.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Bring the pets. Don't leave the pets at home. Unless you got like 12 cats. I guess you got to find a way to take them, right? You got to find a way to take them. Yeah. So we're hoping for an okay week here in our part of Florida for sure. But we're definitely going to feel the effects of it. And, from something like this, tornadoes, doesn't matter if the eye itself hits in Miami, we still have the potential for things like tornadoes that could be absolutely devastating and flooding and storm surge. So just be safe, take all necessary precautions, and
be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah.
Know where you're at. Don't put yourself in danger.
if you feel like you should evacuate.
Mhm.
If the situation gets very, very serious, and they're saying, hey, evacuations in your area are mandatory, listen to that. Because the toughest part is that we're hearing out of places like North Carolina is the water's just so high still
Mhm.
in some places that they can't even get to people. And that was
Well, the
especially
roads
the
are
case.
completely gone.
Roads are roads are completely
That's what
gone.
they're-
Some people have to be reached by helicopter.
Well, they're using horses and mules and
Yeah.
using animal trails, because there are no roads, and some people are still missing, not accounted for. So
Yeah. Yeah, man.
hopefully they're sheltered somewhere safe.
So we don't want that to be the case here at all, because it is, if you're under 10 feet of water, if your place is under 10 feet of water, I don't, you can call 911, but how are they supposed to get to you?
Mhm.
I don't. So take this seriously. And if we do end up under mandatory evacuations, strongly consider that. St. Augustine is boosting its efforts now for post-Hurricane Helene yard debris cleanup.